What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the next episode. Appreciate you for stopping by again. I think right here I wanted to get ahead of the crowd and go ahead and talk about the Henry Cejudo and Aljamain Sterling fight that's about to come up within the next 2 weeks or so. A little over 2 weeks. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm curious if Aljamain Sterling is going to go out there and win another Oscar. We already know he's an amazing actor. You know, man, he puts in work behind the scenes and all that. Good guy. All jokes aside, though, this is a good matchup right here. Two top level grapplers going against each other. Aljo is mainly a BJJ guy. He has really phenomenal grappling. Henry Cejudo comes in with this Olympic gold medalist pedigree, an amazing wrestler. Surprisingly, a very good striker to come from that wrestling background. You don't see a lot of guys that are coming from that background. They tend to rely on the wrestling to complement the striking. People have the fear of the takedown, so it opens up the hands, the kicks, and everything a little more. But Henry seems to put the strikes together a lot more than a lot of wrestlers. He's very well-rounded guy. Both guys come in with pretty good, solid records. If I look down inside my notes, just in case y'all didn't know, Henry Cejudo comes in with a 16-2 record, and Aljamain Sterling comes in with a very good 22-3 record. Aljamain Sterling comes in with 6 finishes, while Cejudo comes in with only 4 finishes. He's got less fights, so. And they're in the lighter weight class. So, there's not like too many finishes in this weight class, but it is my favorite. The lighter weight classes from lightweight all the way to flyweight seem to be my more favorable weight classes because that's where you see the true skills that MMA has to offer. No one's relying on that big power like that. Everyone's real well-rounded, very fluent in all forms of the game, all aspects of mixed martial arts. But so judging by the last couple of fights between the two, Henry Cejudo's last fight, which was 3 years ago, that might also be another thing to consider. It's been a 3-year layoff for Cejudo. Is ring rust going to be a factor in this fight? From what I've seen lately with a lot of fighters, ring rust does not seem to exist, man. I mean, look at John Jones. He went out there and beat Cyril Gahn in the first round easily, and he hasn't fought in 2 or 3 years. And then Leon, when he came off of that fight with Kamaru Usman, he was out for a little while. He didn't fight for a little while. But anyways, back to the topic right here. Cejudo's last fight was against Dominic Cruz, which was a very back and forth fight. Dominic Cruz, one of the best bantamweights to ever do it. Cruz has phenomenal footwork. Henry Cejudo kept up with the footwork of Dominic, kept up with the output that Dominic puts on him. Cejudo puts together combinations so well, man. So well. And this is coming from me, guys. I used to hate Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo was the most aggravating person to see on social media or anything, man. He's so cringy. That's where he gets the title, the king of cringe, But, man, this guy can fight, man. Yeah, this guy can fight. That's how I kind of put up with it. I'm like, God, this guy's annoying, but damn, he can fight. Damn, he can fight good. But anyways, his last fight with Dominic Cruz, man, is a back and forth action. Man, Henry can put together some combos. The kicks were on point. The boxing was on point. The footwork, the types of scrambles that he had with Dominic. Dominic's a good wrestler too, but not to that level of Henry Cejudo, man. Every time Dominic would try to go for a takedown, Henry would just sprawl and get into a scramble, reverse it, or get back up and start striking. So what I noticed was that in that finish, it was a knee to the head that actually ended up knocking Dominic Cruz out. But if you look closely, it was more like he was setting up a body kick that Dominic kind of dipped into, and the knee hit him in the head, and that's what put him down. Henry sensed that Dominic was hurt when he fell back, jumped right on him against the cage, finished him with some strikes, called it a day, man. Henry is a finisher. He will, if he senses that you're hurt, he will finish you. And he's got power, man. Like I said, for an Olympic wrestler, this man can strike. This man can strike really well. And now I really like that about him, that he mixes up the whole entire game into everything. He'll grapple, he'll strike, he'll wrestle. Man, it's going to be a good one. And he's shown to have phenomenal cardio. This guy went 5 rounds with Demetrius Johnson in a fight that was so back and forth. it was electric, guys. The scrambles that were in there, the striking that was in there. You had to have a phenomenal gas tank to even be able to go at that pace that those two guys were going. And, he's got that win. Maybe a little controversial. It was a super close coin toss decision. But he's got that win over DJ, who is no doubt in my mind top 3 best MMA fighters to ever step foot in the octagon, in the ring, whatever shape these guys are, shape of the battlefield these guys are fighting in, But man, that's just if anyone that can beat DJ is top notch. This guy is no doubt probably not a lot of people say he's the GOAT, but he's definitely in the conversation for GOAT status. But is the 3-year layoff also going to be a factor in this? I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. I know Henry has probably been putting in hard rounds in his training camp. He's been in this position before. It's not like it's new, and all that. He's wrestled before, fought plenty of times. Ring rust will not be a factor, in my opinion. And so now we'll go on to speaking about Aljamain, the Oscar-winning nominee, Sterling. I like to hate on Aljo, man. I really don't like Aljo, godly, but he's a good fighter, man. He's good. He's a amazing grappler. Man, he pretty much choked Corey Sandhagen unconscious. He just got up behind him, wrapped him up. And speaking of the grappling of Aljamain Sterling, man, he looked really good in that Petr Yan fight, that second Petr Yan fight. I really would have gave the fight to Petr Yan if I was a judge in there. But the thing that lost it for him was that just the first round was real slow. And I think Aljo probably did enough to kind of skirt by, win that first round. Got the little nod on the first round. But the second and third round, he dominated Yan. He kept taking him down, wrapping him up, taking the back like a human backpack, and just rode him there. He didn't do much off the bat. I feel like he's mainly a guy that's going to try and submit you, but he doesn't try to work too much off of the ground. But he did dominate and got the dominant position, so he stole round 2 and 3. But I've noticed Aljo in the last 2 Petr Yan fights. Petr Yan starts off very slow. He's a methodical guy, kind of figures you out a little bit. But in round 4 and 5, especially in the second fight, man, Aljo declines. He seems to start off real good, and I don't know if it's a cardio thing or what. It has to be a cardio thing. He'll start off real good, and then just in the later rounds, he just declines bad, man. I mean, Petr Yan was dogging him in the 4th and 5th round. He just took over, and Aljo had nothing to offer him. Just because he's so tired. But I think cardio is going to be a big factor for Aljo. He's pretty big for the weight class. He's a big bantamweight, and I think it is helpful, but I think he's cutting a lot of weight. He also has a lot of muscle mass. Muscle mass requires a lot of oxygen from you to be able to function. So I think that also is what's going to hurt him in this fight. Henry's proven to be able to go 5 rounds with the best at a very high output. Aljamain Sterling starts off very strong, but I really think he's going to decline in the later, if it makes it to the later rounds. I really think he'll decline in this fight, and Henry will start to take over, and really just start an avalanche. It will be a snowball effect. It'll start to go right here, and then he'll just completely take over Aljo. I don't think it's going to make it 5 rounds. I really, really think that Henry Cejudo is going to come out here and put a pace on him, and I don't think Aljo is going to be able to out-grapple him. There's no way. But I really don't believe that Aljamain Sterling can out-grapple Henry Cejudo. DJ couldn't do it. Dominic Cruz couldn't do it. This guy's an Olympic gold medalist wrestler, and I really don't think Aljamain Sterling has an answer for that. He's more of a BJJ guy, and we've seen that BJJ and wrestling will overtake BJJ, especially in the aggressive, initiating takedowns and effective grappling like that. Henry's got good grappling, man. I don't think Aljo will be able to tap him or anything. So I think this is going to be either Henry's going to take him down, try and hold him there, beat him up on the ground, or this might just be a stand and bang thing. And we've seen what happens with Aljo when he just tries to stand and bang. He doesn't do good. He's not a very good striker, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think his cardio is questionable. His grappling is top level, but is it good enough to hang in there with Henry Cejudo? But we'll all see whenever, we'll all see in 2 weeks right here, guys. I'm very excited for this. I also wanted to speak on the Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush fight. Man, I was so disappointed when they say Charles got hurt, bro. I love Charles Oliveira. He's one of my favorite fighters of this era, man. I was really hurt when he lost to Islam, man. God, I was hurt by that. And I really think this fight would have been good, man, against Beneil Dariush. That would have been a really good comeback fight. Really good test. Beneil Dariush is top level, man. Top level. And I hate that for him because what's next, on that? Like, is he going to wait for Charles? Or are they just going to, give him the title shot next? Or who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in that weight class? But I was hurt when that fight got canceled, man. I'm a huge Charles Oliveira fan. Man, but I'm excited for this. This card should be pretty good, man. I'm pretty excited. I really hope Henry goes out there and knocks Aljamain Sterling out, son. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. Both guys, they've been finished before, so it doesn't seem like they're impossible to finish. Both guys have been finished before. Surprisingly, both have been finished by some knees as well. I remember in the first DJ fight, Cejudo got hit with a knee, put out. And then when Aljamain Sterling fought Magic Marlon Moraes, Magic Marlon, Cristobal Head Marlon, he hit him with that flying knee and fucking slumped him like a board, son. That man was sleep on the damn mat. Holy crap, that man was stiff. But yeah, both guys, they're not they're not uncrackable. Their chins can be cracked and they can be put out. So this would be exciting, man. I'm really ready to see this fight. So excited. Well, if y'all still around, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all for listening, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Oh, I will make a video on the results of the Tank and Ryan Garcia fight, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll catch y'all next time.